Today we're going to put together the snare drum. When you get your snare drum home from the music store, set it on the floor. Once it's on the floor, then take the top off. Now we can look inside and see what's in there. You may find a practice pad. When you practice on a practice pad, it will be much more quiet. By the way, your practice pad may look different than this. All practice pads look different. Yours might be black, this one's white. They all serve the same function. The next thing is the stand that the drum is going to sit on. Again, all stands and all manufacturers make slightly different variations of this stand. But most of the stands you'll find come in two parts, two main sections. I'm going to start with the part that goes on the floor. You're going to take the feet and spread them wide. Once those feet are spread wide, there's a wing nut. Tighten that wing nut and set it right on the floor. The second part of the stand is what the drum actually sits on. Now, there's a mechanism here that allows me to tilt the drum if I want to play the drum at a slight angle. I'm going to set up the drum so that it's level. So I'm going to have this tube pointing straight down, and then I'm going to tighten this wing nut so that now it won't move back and forth. Next, we're going to take this tube and insert it into the bottom tube, and I'm going to push it about halfway in, and then tighten this wing nut. On the top, you have 3 rubber feet. This is what the drum actually sits on, these 3 rubber feet. The bottom rim of the snare drum is going to go right on these 3 feet. So now, let's take your snare drum out of the case carefully. Again, your drum might look a little bit different than mine. When I put the bottom rim on these 3 feet, you want to make sure that this foot is not interfering with the lug or the strainer. So look around at all 3 feet and make sure that they are not touching any of the lugs or any of the snare mechanism. Once you have it situated right, now I can tighten this down. This one's a little bit harder to see, but there's another mechanism right here that will actually tighten those feet against the bottom rim. I'm going to turn that counterclockwise. Now you should do that while the drum is still sitting on the floor. Okay? Again, make sure that the strainer is right in front of you when you play. Now you can play standing up or you can play sitting down. Since I'm sitting down, I'm going to adjust the height of the drum so that it meets me right about where my belt is. So now I'm going to loosen that wing nut and lower it just a little bit. There we go. I have my strainer in front of me. Snare's on. And now I'm ready to play.